Hey everyone, it's Jeremy Peeples here. I just wanted to share my thoughts on the Amazon Fire TV that was announced today, and it's been a huge day. I've actually reshot this video like 5 times because every time I make it, news comes out about this system. And so I'll start off with just my overall thoughts on it. For $100, you get a streaming set-top box that looks a lot like the OnLive here, only it's, well, a far better game console. It has HDMI, Ethernet, and USB. However, the 8 gigs of storage, just like on the Ouya, cannot be expanded with a USB thumb drive or hard drive right now. So that's something you want to consider if you want to load it up with a lot of games. They're hyping up, you know, big things. Modern Combat 4, Asphalt 8, these are all games. Crazy Taxi that take a lot of space. Civ Zero is probably gigantic. That's an Amazon TV or Fire TV exclusive. That looks like a very big game. And, you know, with only 8 gigs of storage, you're going to have to be very, very choosy. So my advice would be to wait to buy that thing if you want it as a gaming console until they add USB storage. I would also recommend waiting until the controller gets a little cheaper. At $40, you've got a pad that's made by, yeah, it's first party, but it's by folks who really haven't made pads before, and that's going to lead to some issues. With the Ouya pad, you have a really good controller, except the D-pad's a little tricky. With the OnLive, you have really a more comfortable controller overall, a little bit more usable, better bumper and trigger setup, but the D-pad's just god-awful. I mean, this thing's mushy as could be. This thing is terrible. You can't even really push in on it. You know, this is my finger going along like I'm doing a fireball motion. You can barely feel the D-pad depressing, and that is depressing. And these sticks have no rubberized coating. Not sure about the Amazon ones. Those at least have the 360 style, you know, nubs in there that are really grippy. That has nubs too, but they're terrible. So just those nubs being in there doesn't mean it's going to be really comfortable. $40 for the controller. You get 17 in credit total between getting Civ Zero, which is normally $7 free, and you get $10 in Amazon coins, and that you can use on music, apps. You can use it on movies if you want to, or books. So that's nice. That's $10 in overall credit. Pretty much pays for your tax on this device. And at $150 total with tax and all, you're getting a really powerful device. You're getting a better deal for that than you are with the Mojo. One thing that's not known is if, like the Mojo, it will have support for the Ouya Discover Store. They have branched out. They have made it software, or they will be. It would be a big coup for the Ouya brand if it could be, beyond being on the Mojo TV, which has an even smaller audience than the Ouya, if it could be on the Amazon store or the Amazon Fire TV, and then, you know, the controllers are very similar. You just have to figure out how to work around the touchpad issue, which, I mean, really very few games use it, so it shouldn't be insurmountable. And perhaps the most exciting news is that beyond Double Helix being bought by Amazon Studios about a month ago, which was everyone's big red flag, beyond the leaked image of the controller with the playback support, which, as it turns out, will just be for videos. You can't do things like Twitch streaming or gaming replays, at least right now. Who knows? The version 2 of this, maybe you will. Right now, first gen, you can't do it. The big news is that Kim Swift, who developed Portal, who did the Ouya exclusive Soulfjord, is actually now a part of the Amazon Game Studios team. And this is big news. It is excited Spud to no degree, to no end. She is so hyped. Spud, don't you just love Soulfjord? Isn't that your favorite game on the Ouya? Hello, my sidekick. This cat obviously is excited about there being more consoles that are the size of her. You know, she is very small. Let's see if I can get her in the frame with the OnLive. This is Spud. This is my fully grown 17-year-old cat. This is an OnLive console. She is the size of 2 OnLive consoles. Spud, you're a very small cat. I love you, buddy. You're a fun sidekick to have on these videos. I can't help but pet this cat. She's so cute. You know, I think she's also attracted to camper. Whenever I set this thing up, she runs around. She's decided that she needs to be a big YouTube star. And but back to the Amazon console. At $150, hello, Spud. At $150, I can't quite recommend it. If it was $130 or so, and I did ask about a price break, I was hoping to maybe get a customer service credit, buying them both, and for $100 some odd, I'll certainly take a chance on it. But $150, that's a bit more serious, and yeah, there's not much of a difference there, but it is still it's still a difference. Every dollar does count. They wouldn't do a price break, and there are no plans to do one, and I'm not really surprised. I mean, the controllers, you can buy it via pre-order, but it's not going to be available until the 7th of April. So if you want the controller at launch, or when it launches, buy it now. You'll have the device to use as a streaming device for a little while. Honestly, I think the best bet's to wait until about July 4th. There'll probably be a big Independence Day sale. Maybe they'll have everything knocked down as a $74 bundle for $7.4. Yeah, who knows? And they do occasionally do that for open boxes as well. These streaming devices actually have pretty good build quality, so I'm not too worried about them, lasting a minimal amount of time. Although I am concerned about the Amazon annual updating cycle. They do tend to run through their devices pretty quickly. Your device is made to feel obsolete, very, very fast. I mean, when I got the Kindle Fire, I waited a bit. I got it for about $100 on Amazon Open Box. And I'm glad I did that because it was a refurb and it was perfect. And I used it as kind of a reading tablet, and that's it. But with this, I wonder, are they going to be doing annual updates? The Ouya planned on doing annual updates, and it wasn't feasible. With the Android console part of this thing being kind of a Trojan horse, it's a smart way for them to upgrade the power. It's got a quad-core processor. It's really, really powerful. It's definitely going to run anything the Mojo can run right now, except for emulators. So if you want to use this thing as an emulator box, you can't do it. Your best bet for emulators would still be a Mojo or an Ouya. I would personally recommend an Ouya because I don't have a Mojo. At $200, and even now I can't justify spending that. I mean, at $150, the Amazon Fire HE is a way better value. The Fire TV, way better value than a Mojo is. Get a lot more use out of that. But if I ever get one, I'll certainly give it a shot. Right now, I'd say just keep an eye on the Fire TV. They're clearly pumping a lot of money into game development, and they want it to be taken seriously. And they're taking the right steps to do so. And I'm excited about it, but I'm not quite ready to put my money where my mouth is about it because it does have some problems. I do worry about that storage. I mean, that's an issue with the Ouya. And many games on this are only, a few megs, 20, 30 megs. You're looking at a few games being in the gig range. So with the library that's being hyped up as being all in that gig plus range, I do worry about that. So, keep a keen eye on it. Look out for it on sale. But I wouldn't really recommend a launch purchase based on what they've revealed and what I've talked about with their customer service reps so far. So, just, if you like the video, just sub and you get more wonderful cat videos. I mean, what other channel gives you gaming discussion and cats? I can't think of one, folks. So, if you like games, you like cats, you like games, you like cats, help Spud, okay? Look at this little kitten. She's big, she's old. Well, actually she's not big. She's big for a mouse. By mouse standards, she's pretty big. By cat standards, she's kind of tiny. But nonetheless, she's my little Bubba, and I love her so much. She's so tiny and cute, and she would really appreciate having more subscribers to the channel because more subscribers means more money. That means she gets to have her prescription cat food. Well, actually, it's her mother's prescription cat food, but she likes it anyway. So, by the way, folks, if you have a diabetic cat, I'm just going to throw this in here as a nice little bit of life advice. If the diabetes isn't too advanced, ask about food, because Gracie's food is about $35 a case. And it winds up being around as much as it would be if I was to buy their food at like 7-Eleven, where it's, a couple bucks a can. But it really does help with the diabetes. I mean, she was near death. She went into a diabetic coma. And despite that, she was able to overcome that at an older age, which is shocking enough. But the food alone was able to control it, and that's a lot better than like going on therapy. And it's a bit more expensive, but it's a lot easier to manage just giving her a can a day. And, not having to worry about insulin shots and that kind of thing. So, I am going to stop now because I am just focusing on my kitty cats, like my adorable little munchkin here who is looking up at me so lovingly. I adore this cat. and she is purring like a kitten, and I'm going to just revel in her greatness and ponder the purchase of an Amazon Fire TV. Have a good afternoon, folks.